Okay, day two of this goofy experiment, of these goofy videos that probably will never really amount to much of anything, but what the heck. Today, we're going to talk about the movie Brick. The reason we're going to talk about the movie Brick, which was made quite a few years ago actually, is because the movie Looper is coming out this weekend. And you've probably heard a lot of people excited about it, and it's Joseph Gordon Levitt and blah 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 blah. Does the sheet behind me kind of make it look like I'm making a terrorist video? Like Tony Stark in the first Iron Man, when he's like has the hood covered and he doesn't know what they're saying. They're talking behind him. You didn't tell us it was Tony Stark, whatever they say in Arabic. And Jeff Bridges, they find it, or Piper finds it on the thing and all that crap, sets of the whole thing. You realize Jeff Bridges is the bad guy, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, sheet. Okay, day two, take two. Which you guys don't need to know that I've already messed up one take. And I really didn't mess it up, actually. My wife called in the middle. But I'll probably cut all this out. Anyway, here's the take today. We're going to be talking about the movie Brick. Brick was a movie that came out in 2005, and it is really the main reason why people are so excited about the movie that Looper that's coming out here this weekend. Looper, as was Brick, is written and directed by a guy named Ryan. Oh, stop. I just woke up. I'm starting to wonder why I'm doing this at all. Okay, today I wanted to talk about Brick. Brick was a movie that came out in 2005, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and written and directed by Ryan Johnson. The reason why Brick is important today is because this weekend, Ryan Johnson, a written directed Ryan Johnson movie starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, is coming out to much fanfare and excitement, a movie called Looper. The reason why people are excited is because of Brick. Brick is one of those movies that you've probably heard a lot of if you know any kind of cinema geeks in your family and stuff like that. They'll all talk about Brick. Brick is one of those kind of little indie movies that people just fell in love with. What it is basically, Ryan Johnson, brilliantly put a film noir into a modern day high school. Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays Brendan, who's kind of the real NFL refs are starting this weekend, which is a good thing, because the replacement refs have been killing me. Still, my fantasy team stinks. There's no getting around it. It's just awful. Really, really, really bad. Oh, right. Brick. Yeah. So to recap, Brick gives you everything you want in a film noir. Femme fatale? Check. PI, it kind of has a detached sense of the world? Check. PI who actually is smarter than everybody else and figures everything out? Check. Goofy big bad? Check. Henchman? Check. A plot that you can't quite figure out until the very end? Check. Everything's check. Look how much that shakes. It's like, it truly is like jello. It just bounces around. You wouldn't know it. I was actually fit and relatively attractive at one point in my life. Now I'm literally, Chris Farley was tighter than I am. It's ridiculous. You should know that I'm a much better writer than I am a talker. Well, I may not be, truthfully. But generally speaking, there's more coherent that this stuff has been this morning anyway. So go to thefatfilmguy.com and see. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. What do I know? I'm just doing this for fun anyway. And I keep looking down because I'm actually doing stuff on the computer at the same time, which, admittedly, when my mind is already not working, is stupid. But, I'm just doing it for fun. Doesn't matter, right? My goodness, I look fat when I... Once again, let's not hold my rambling and disjointed way of describing a really good movie in Brick distract you from going to see Brick. Brick is... Didn't I just say a really good movie? I did. And I've probably said that now 15 times. So, yeah, obviously, it's good. It's on Netflix. Go watch it. You'll like it. And then you go, wow, Rob was brambling on, but it really is a good movie, even though he clearly just barely woke up and his mind's not even close to working yet. So I don't know why he decided to film then and put it on the line, because he's an idiot. But it is a good movie, because it is a good movie. Great scene in Brick. high school bully, football star, stuff like that, actually picks a fight with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's, you know, a miniature person, really. I mean, he couldn't be more than 5'2", and he couldn't weigh more than 100 pounds. I mean, just even still to this day, even with all of his working out, and he's gotten older, he still couldn't be more than 5'6", 5'7". It gets, you know, real skinny. Anyway, but he beats the guy up. He does it kind of fighting dirty and stuff like that, and it's really funny the way he does it, and it works out really, really well. I mean, it really plays well and believably, which is quite a trick. Whenever they pull off a small guy beating up a bigger guy, if they can pull that off, it's always impressive. Of course, they've been doing that with Tom Cruise for whatever, 20 years, 30 years, 30 years. You know, this would be funny if I didn't really actually not know what I was doing. If this was like I purposely tried to pretend like I didn't know what I was doing, and then I was doing this, and it sucked, but that was okay because I just don't know what I'm doing. But I was trying to do it to be ironic or some such thing, which I even messed that up, which proves how much I don't know. Brick, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, first movie of note after Third Rock from the Sun, where he actually finally does something adult and kind of cool and kind of different, and it's the first glimpse you get of what a good actor this guy's going to be. Not just the kid from Third Rock from the Sun with the long hair that kind of looked pretty. This guy is completely different than that. He looks more studious. He looks cooler. There's something kind of just detached about him. A girl named Laura Zetner plays the femme fatale in Brick. You probably, if you recognize her at all, you'd recognize her from her reasonably forgettable stint on Grey's Anatomy, where she was one of like the new interns that came in before the shooting thing from the other hospital when the hospitals got together, and she was kind of the good-looking one. And I can't remember if she died in that hospital shooting thing. She might have. She kind of flirted with the Alex character for a while. Anyway, not important. Cute kid. She's really good in this, you know, as all classic femme fatales are. You're never sure which side she's playing. You're never sure if she's good or if she's bad. If she's being sincere with Brandon, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, or whether or not she's just playing him throughout the entire movie until the very end, and then you find out where her true allegiances lie, as film noirs want to do. Because film noir sucks unless it doesn't have a good femme fatale. That's just the way they work. I mean, Chinatown, great femme fatale. All those Barbara Stanwyck ones, great femme fatale. Like Lauren Bacall, great femme fatale. Femme fatales, they're great. High school movies crack me up where it's like, puh, puh, puh. High school movies crack me up when it's like there's no parents ever. You never see any parents. Parents never get involved at all. Kids leave in the middle of the night. They don't come back till the next day. And apparently there's no school either, because they come in and out of school, but they're never in class. They're running around. They're all talking like adults. No teachers get involved in anything. It just is really one of those really funny things that they do in high school. He does that in Brick, to be sure, times 100. It's really... But he does it in such a way that you almost get the impression that this whole community, not just the high school, but the whole of it, is kind of rotting from the inside out. Not in a kind of dystopian way or an overly stated way, but it just kind of, the whole setting feels like there's something rotten to the core with everything. So that because of that, you kind of believe it. You kind of go along with it. You're like, oh, okay, well, fine. It doesn't matter that apparently parents don't know when or where their kids are going literally any night of the week. They don't realize when their kid comes in and he's bloody and beaten up, nobody gets involved, nobody takes him to the hospital, nobody cares. Everybody's alone. All these high school kids are alone and left alone. It's almost like a Lord of the Flies kind of deal. They've created this really depressing in a lot of ways, but kind of cool in a lot of ways, society of their own or something. So, any questions about Brick? It's good. It's on Netflix. I'm done.